Wednesday is an Addams Family spin-off that takes place around Nevermore and tells the story of Wednesday Addams going to the school in order to probably make some friends or do whatever she wants because the other school that her parents tried to get her into, they just never really worked out for her in some pretty gruesome ways. And so she tries to do her best throughout this episode to try and escape Nevermore and escape the people there. But once some mysteries start occurring in this town and around Nevermore, she slowly starts to get more into the idea of staying around here in order to solve these mysteries. And she's probably going to have a really good time doing so as they are pretty brutal and gruesome. Something that she herself enjoys. Now, I am not like that into the Addams Family shows. I never really grew up with them, but what I have seen of them, I really enjoyed. Though the animated movies as of late have been very forgettable, as I would say. I never really want to watch them again, and they just were never my thing. The Illumination style of animation and Sony type of jokes, it just never really clicked with me, you know? And this show had a lot to prove after that. Because it's also live action, which also live action stuff with animated characters don't always work out the best either. But I will have to say in this case, it actually worked really well. And I think it had to do with who's behind the camera and who's going to be behind the camera in the next few episodes. Tim Burton. Tim Burton is a director that I really respect. I really admire. He's one of my favorite directors. I love his style of directing, his visual style as well. And I think his creativity and his outlook on things would fit very well with an Addams Family show, or at least a character. And so he directed a few episodes of Wednesday, and for this first episode, I gotta say, his Tim Burton's directing style really works here. The way he directs his characters, the way he directs his sets, how everything's portrayed. A really strange person in an overall pretty normal environment, except Nevermore, which is something a little different for Tim Burton, where the majority of the show is going to be taking place within a strange new place. Now, Tim Burton likes to contrast a strange character in a normal everyday environment, like Edward Scissorhands in a normal everyday suburban neighborhood. Here, I like how he decided to do something a little bit different, change up the formula a little bit, and just give us something a little bit more refreshing. But it's not something that we have seen before with the Addams Family. It's something that we've seen plenty of times before. So it's not like it's absolutely groundbreaking. But for Tim Burton, it's kind of cool that he was able to do something outside his comfort zone. Also, that performance by Jenna Ortega is really good. This is a character that anyone could sound really bored with and come across as bored within the performance and not having any fun. But Jenna Ortega was able to find the right balance of sarcasm within a overall kind of dull-like performance. Wednesday Addams is very monotone. She doesn't really give out that many emotions, especially with her eyes. But she's able to still subtly perform with her eyes in many moments so you can understand how she's feeling. And still, despite Jenna Ortega's character Wednesday not wanting to be there, the actress herself makes the character so likable and so fun to watch that you just really buy into her as this character and you never want to stop watching her. She is really good as this character and she carries this show. The overall look and cinematography is also really good. Mostly in Nevermore, that's when I think the show really looks amazing. But outside of that, it sometimes looks like a CW US network kind of show. You know, something along the lines of Chucky. But it's never that distracting. It's never that bad. It's still a good looking show. And the humor and everything works really well. The dark sense of humor. It's also a little gorier than I thought it would be. And I like it. I love how this show decided to take prominent children type of character and show and just put them into a more adult environment. I don't know, just something about that is more appealing to me, especially with characters like the Addams family. Overall, I would say for the first impressions of this show within this first episode, I overall really enjoyed it. It set up a fun mystery that's possibly going to happen, some fun characters here and there, and the Jenna Ortega as Wednesday Addams is really good, and I'm very interested to see what else they do with the character and what they do with this mystery. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.